Caring for houseplants like these can be very satisfying, but a lot of folks don't even try because they're intimidated, or maybe they've had some bad experiences. Don't want to point any fingers, except at myself. Well, our landscaping expert, Phil Steinhauer of Designscapes Colorado, is here to get us back to the basics. It's not that hard.
No, it's not hard at all. And today I thought I'd bring a variety of plants. As we talked about in an earlier segment, kind of one of the trends is indoor plants and their health benefit. And really what scientists are finding that really the air purification that plants provide in a room is very healthy for you. And so we're going to kind of talk about some of the plants that actually purify a room the most.
Okay.
As well as some general tips for keeping all houseplants alive.
Wonderful. And these are not difficult to grow plants, right?
No, these are not difficult. You should be able to find most of these in any greenhouse or nursery. And I brought a couple different for different locations. Like the one here, the taller one that you see on the very right where my hand is, this one, it might be a little bit harder to find, but it's a podocarpus. And this actually grows outside in Florida or California, but it's a bright light plant. It would be something if you need something tall in a corner. Bright light, easy to grow other than that.
Wonderful.
Do not overwater, kind of a general rule with all these plants. They're tropicals, but they don't really like wet feet.
Okay.
So plan on just touching your finger, and if it's dry, water. You know, if it's wet, don't water.
I hope my plants at home aren't listening right now. I'm a little behind on the watering. Mine definitely do not have wet feet.
This spider plant is a pretty common one, and it's a very easy. Typically, you can hang this, or again, you can put it on a pedestal. This is one that's really good for filtering the air. Very easy to grow. I think these, for their color, are spectacular. Both of these are Dracaenas, and this one in front is a lemon lime. And then this one in the back that's pretty, that chartreuse color, is called a limelight. These as well are very good for purifying the air and taking toxins out of the room.
This is a great example of how plants come in different colors. You don't have
exactly.
to just get the same ones all the time.
Right. And
I
again,
love this lime green. That's
a
wonderful.
medium light location.
Okay.
One that you see quite a bit now are these bromeliads. And these come in a variety of colors. This one does like a little bit brighter light. And a little bit maybe more on the drier side, but very easy to grow. Once it's done blooming, they are hard to get to rebloom, but this can last for 3 or 4 months. They still make a great houseplant.
And great for gifts, too.
Yep.
Oh, now this is a plant that probably needs a little attention.
Yeah, this doesn't look like a display model. And so, anyways, I thought I'd go by and you can maybe demonstrate a couple general tips on caring for them.
I hope that our camera is picking up that these have some kind of dry tips here. They're a little shriveled, and it's okay to go in there and give them a haircut.
Yeah, do you want to, and you
Sure.
really just want to take and trim it just in the shape of the leaf. So go in and make a nice little point, cut as little of the green part off as possible.
All right, let me show here. I won't do it until the camera's on there. So just do it just like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And maybe you
You're
want to
just-
do a point on one side and a point on the other, because that's
Okay.
its natural growth habit.
All right, I'll do it on this
Versus
one.
a spear, make a
How's
point.
that?
Yep, that's perfect.
Does that work?
Yep. And then you'll see there's some, this is a spider plant, so it had some baby plants. You can just cut off the dead part.
And that's not showing. Let's tilt that
Right.
forward so people can see what you're talking about here, Phil. So here we have a
dead stem.
a spiky, dry stem. Let's
Right.
trim that off.
And another thing that's pretty common that we can see here is your lower leaves tend to die back, and you just want to go in and snip those as far down to the soil base as possible.
Way
and
down
just
there.
remove any of those that you possibly can.
Okay.
And that's just going to allow for more light
one.
and more air circulation.
All right, terrific.
And then as far as fertilizing, a general rule for all of these is, fertilize lightly, maybe once a month in the summer and maybe every 6 weeks in the winter. They don't need as much when they're not in the middle of their growing season.
All right, well, this one needs a little more attention, but you get the idea, I believe. Thank you, Phil. And if you'd like more information about this, we have a link on the denverchannel.com as well as on my Facebook page. But right now, we're going to send it over to Dale.